let's have a look at this, the consequences of what's going on. And they are potentially enormous. They're already affecting many people already. And it relates, of course, to this Strait of Hormuz closure, which is basically stopping the flow of oil to the world in vast amounts. So now this story, see if you recognize, well, when I come to the list, see if you recognize anything. Something that happened like just a few years ago, say about 2020, 2021, about that time. Anyway, this is the story. New IEA report highlights options to ease oil price pressures on consumers in response to Middle East supply disruptions. The International Energy Agency today set out a range of demand-side actions that governments, businesses, and households can take to alleviate the economic impacts on consumers of the disruptions to oil markets stemming from the war in the Middle East. The conflict has triggered the largest supply disruption in the history of the global oil market. Cheers, Don. Nice one, mate. With shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, which normally carries around 20% of global oil consumption, reduced to a trickle. Around 20 million barrels per day of crude oil and oil products typically transit the strait. The loss of these flows has tightened markets significantly, pushing crude oil prices above $100 per barrel and driving even sharper increases in refined products such as diesel, jet fuel, and liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG. All right, let's just have a look then at what the International Energy Agency says we could do, governments could do. Like I say, see if this reminds you of anything. 1, work from home where possible. Displaces oil use from commuting, particularly where jobs are suitable for remote work. 2, reduce highway speed limits by at least 10 kilometers an hour. Lower speeds reduce fuel use for passenger cars, vans, and trucks. 3, encourage public transport. A shift from private cars to buses and trains can quickly reduce oil demand. 4, alternate private car access to roads in large cities on different days. Number plate rotation schemes can reduce congestion and fuel-intensive driving. Oh, what a coincidence. Major cities have been putting up number plate cameras. They've been doing it, they say, for another reason, to police another tyranny, but they're there. We might as well use them for this now. Increase car sharing and adopt efficient driving practices. 6, efficient driving for road commercial vehicles and delivery of goods. Divert liquid petroleum gas use from transport, shifting biofuel and converted vehicles from LPG to gasoline can preserve LPG for cooking and other essential needs. 8, avoid air travel where alternative options exist. Reducing business flights can quickly ease pressure on jet fuel markets. Of course, the suppression of movement and travel is absolutely on this cult agenda wish list. Number 9, where possible, switch to other modern cooking solutions. Encouraging electric cooking and other modern options can reduce reliance on LPG. And 10, leverage flexibility with petrochemical feedstocks and implement short-term efficiency and maintenance measures. Industry can help free up LPG for essential uses while reducing oil consumption through quick operational improvements. So when you look at a society, the way it functions is overwhelmingly, its whole foundation is on energy use, energy supply. You reduce the energy supply, everything is affected. Everything's affected in price because everything needs moving, but everything's also affected in multiple ways because of what oil is used for, not just vehicle fuel. That what is happening in Iran and the Middle East is having the potential to generate is potentially catastrophic. But it gives the global cult and that non-human level that controls it everything it wants. And this is an important point where you can look at what's happening in the human world of the mainstream media and the alternative media, whatever, and it seems to look a certain way. And it seems to be sort of catastrophic, as I say. And it's like Trump, well, he's got us into this trouble, and Netanyahu's got us into this trouble, and is Iran winning or whatever? And look at what the effects are on the world and all that stuff. And that's all happening in the world of human awareness. But if you go to that level, what's happening is exactly what it wants: to trash the old system it created, so the new system of AI, human fusion, and absolute control can take its place. And so it's playing out as it wants it to play out. And if you don't know that level exists, you can write it off as incompetence or just psychopathy. Well, it is psychopathy, but you can write it off and explain it away in if you like, in human terms, when actually it's beyond the world of human that it's all coming from. And lest we forget, and if you're looking for the effects of the loss of energy supplies, look at Cuba. Cuba is going dark under US pressure. The Trump regime has shut down Cuba. How the crisis unfolded and why its troubles are far from over. Almost 3 months after the US effectively imposed an oil blockade on Cuba, this was all connected to the situation in Venezuela, that worsened its energy crunch. Nearly every aspect of Cuban society has been feeling the strain. Well, watch globally if this goes on. Trash has been piling up on the streets of the capital. Hospital stays and surgeries are being limited. People are using wood fires to heat water, and blackouts have become commonplace.
Yep.